Nobody likes a smart aleck or a show-off. In Japan, the nail that sticks up gets hammered down. In Australia, the tall poppies are cut off. There are many cultures where success generates a negative counter-reaction amongst our peers. Sales is definitely in that zero-sum game of either you get your sales numbers or you don't. Those who get all the numbers are walking around with a bullseye on their back. Let's talk about that today. Welcome back to year 4 of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, which we release every Monday. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guy, president of Dale Carnegie Training Japan, and 2-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery and Japan Business Mastery. We are bringing the show to you from our High Performance Center here in Akasaka, in Minato-ku, the business center of Tokyo. Why the cutting edge? We are looking at giving you a big edge in business in Japan. Let's all be at the forefront, at the cutting edge of how to flourish here in this market. This is episode number 162. We're talking about sales bitchiness. So let's get going. Sales is a tough enough job without having additional complications. Clients can be very demanding. Often we depend on logistics departments and production divisions to get the purchase to the buyer. We can't control the quality, but we have total responsibility as far as the client is concerned. There is the constant pressure of producing revenue results, with bosses always pushing hard on the numbers. If we are successful and we are doing well, you would think that life would be good. Fat chance of that. We know the emotional roller coaster that is the sales life, and you are only ever as good as your last deal. Perhaps with a little bit of success should come some respite from the turmoil of hitting the numbers. Hate to break this to you, but no such luck. Our sales colleagues, by definition, cannot all be equally successful. The Pareto Principle says that the top 20% of salespeople will account for 80% of the revenue numbers and commissions. So that means that the other 80% of the team are scrambling around for the remaining 20% of the sales. People come into sales from different backgrounds, with different levels of experience, with degrees of motivation, and they join at different points in the annual results cycle. This means that some will be in the top group, a chunk will be in the middle, and the rest are at the bottom. In the West, the usual way sales teams are managed is based on the Darwinian theory of survival of the fittest. Those who can't cut it are cut loose. Those who can continue to produce get to stay. If they can survive a couple of recessions, they may even be moved up into management positions. This means that those at the bottom are basically on their own. This should spur them on to greater efforts to move up the sales ranks and to strike for the top position in the sales results table. Very often this doesn't happen. In Japan, most salespeople are on salary and bonus rather than salary and commission. Almost nobody is on 100% commission arrangements, and nobody wants that type of sales structure. This means the financial ambition or necessity to get ahead in sales is not as strong as we see in the West. Often the base salaries are large by foreign standards, so people can live on the base. In some cases, there can be pushback against the top salesperson by those failing because the successful are making everyone else look bad. Snide comments can be made, negative inferences drawn, and a host of other petty signals that say, we don't like you. This is driven by spite, jealousy, and envy. This is the way to build the tallest building in town is to tear down all the other taller buildings' approach to greatness. In a small sales team, this can be very uncomfortable. There is a degree of mutual cooperation involved in sales teams, and this is usually where the disputes arise. Who owns the client? Who owns the deal? And how is the revenue commission going to be split up? Find out more when we come back from the break. If you want to sell more and do it more easily, do the Winning with Relationships selling course. If you can't build trust, no sale. Can't design excellent questions to understand the client's needs, no sale. Can't present the solution convincingly, no sale. Can't handle objections properly, no sale. Can't close, no sale. Master the sales process by doing the Winning with Relationships selling course now in either Japanese or English. The bestseller, Japan Sales Mastery, is the new Bible of selling in Japan. To sell to Japanese buyers, you need to create long-term partner-level trust, fully understand Japanese buyers' real needs, convince buyers with your solutions, overcome their hesitation, fear, and doubt, know how to ask for the order, ensure repeat orders. This book is the product of 30 plus years in the trenches selling in Japan. Order Japan Sales Mastery now. Welcome back. If the sales politicians in the firm get going, they can really do damage to the morale of the organization. These people are usually excellent at whining, gathering whiners together and hosting wine parties. They use their energy to pull down those who are successful instead of trying to become a success themselves. When you are the top performer, or if you are in the top ranks, you can feel you become a target. Instead of just worrying about getting sales done, you now have to waste precious energy walking around on eggshells to avoid criticism from your colleagues. This is all kept below the radar, so the boss is often unaware of what is really going on. However, in many cases, they don't care anyway. They are looking for numbers, and they don't have to deal with personalities and sales soap operas in the office. If the bosses are any good, they would be sorting out the toxic few, but often they don't. The top salespeople are razor focused on serving clients and doing all the hard yards needed to get the sale. So they are not politically minded. The whole mess gets made worse because in a declining demographic, many organizations are looking at their salesperson retain strategies. They do this because they know they cannot easily recruit enough salespeople replacements. This means the internal war goes on for much longer than it should. We lose sight of the external competition and fight amongst ourselves. Bosses, hear me. Sack the toxic. If you don't, you'll find the whole organization will start failing as the wrong culture takes command. If you're one of the top salespeople, insulate and isolate yourself from the whiners. They don't work as hard or as long, so there is plenty of opportunity to get to the work without having to engage with them much. Winners start early and concentrate their golden time between 9 and 5 on speaking with clients, not idiots in the office. This golden time is reserved for client meetings and to create more business. All of the administrivia needs to be fitted in around those hours. Writing proposals, holding sales meetings, collecting data, putting together sales information, recording activities in the CRM, etc., are what happens outside of golden time. These days, thanks to technology, this can be done remotely. Keep the time in the office with losers to an absolute minimum and protect yourself from their influence. Remember, you are Superman or Superwoman, and they are kryptonite. Please subscribe to the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show on YouTube. Share with your family, friends, and colleagues. Become a regular. Our website details are on screen now. enjapan.dalecarnegie.com. Awesome value, so check it out. You might also enjoy our other shows for podcasts, Mondays for the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, Tuesday for the Presentations Japan series, and every second Tuesday for the Business Tatsujin no Oshie show, Wednesdays for the Sales Japan series, Thursdays for the Leadership Japan series, and every second Thursday for the Business Pro Podcast. Fridays for the Japan Business Mastery Show, and Saturdays for Japan's top business interviews, wherever you get your podcast. Also, every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television Show, every Friday, the Japan Business Mastery Show, and every Saturday, Japan's top business interviews on YouTube. In episode number 163, we are talking about business lessons straight from the Karate Dojo. So, yoroshiku onegai itashimasu. Please join me for the next episode of the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. We are here to help you. I've only got one direction in mind for you and your business, and that is up.